Good day, everyone. Welcome to our first lesson in General Chemistry 1. Our first lesson will be all about the properties of matter in its various forms. So I'm very excited to start this lesson with you guys, and hopefully you will listen eagerly to our discussion. All right. So our first lesson again is about the properties of matter and its various forms. Now, as you know, matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. That is matter. But what you don't know, or what you might don't know, is the different properties of matter and its different forms. So before we start this lesson, each substance has its own set of characteristics or properties that differentiate it from all other substances. For example, pepper is pungent while salt is salty. Or you have sugar is sweet. Right? Sand is grainy, glass is breakable. We have wood that burns, clothes can be folded, and of course, apple and potato, once it is exposed to air, it turns brown. So by examining materials, you can find similarities and differences in their properties, and this will enable you to recognize and organize them into groups. Now let's talk about the different properties of matter. Now, matter has two different types of properties. We have physical properties and chemical properties. So when you say physical properties, these are properties that are observed without changing the composition of a substance, though their form, though their form may change. Certain properties such as color, viscosity, transparency, melting point, boiling point, hardness, density, specific heat, and atomic or molecular diameter are usually referred to as physical properties. These properties are involved in a physical change. Okay? So, when you say physical properties, an example of that is when ice turns into water or water turns into ice. It still has the same composition, only the physical manifestation changes. Okay? Let's move on to chemical properties. When you say chemical properties, these are observed when matter is involved in a chemical change. These properties related to the composition of the material. For example, the flammability of gasoline can be determined by burning it, producing carbon dioxide. When pure water undergoes electrolysis, yes, you know what electrolysis is. This is a process by which electric current passes through water. So as it goes through electrolysis, water decomposes into hydrogen and oxygen. So in these examples, a chemical change takes place to form two completely different substances. It results in the formation of new chemical substances. A chemical reaction is usually detected when one of the following is observed. Number one, formation of an insoluble product. Number two, evolution of gas or change in color. So this is about chemical properties. So you've learned this in your elementary through your senior high school days what chemical properties are. These are usually the composition of a substance or material. Okay, so kindly look at this table. That is, we have physical properties and chemical properties. So this table lists some physical and chemical properties of a substance, lauric acid, or we call fatty acid, which is commonly found in coconut oil. Okay, so this substance, lauric acid, question is how does the physical property compare with its chemical property? So for the fatty acid, or we call lauric acid, for physical properties, crystals are colorless needles and melt at 74 degrees Celsius. Another physical property is it is insoluble in water but soluble in ethyl alcohol. Its density is 0.883 grams per mole. Okay? So, for chemical properties, For lauric acid, we have it produces soap when combined with sodium hydroxide, and it combines with some medicines for better absorption by the blood. So as you can see, for physical properties, it only talks about what you can see physically. Well, chemical properties, it produces something, it changes into something else. So that's the difference between physical properties and chemical properties of matter. Okay? So we have other properties as well. Other properties include an extensive property. This is a property that changes when the amount of material changes. Example for that is mass, length, and volume. These are the three extensive properties. Second one is intensive properties. Intensive property does not depend on the size of the material. For example, temperature, color, odor, hardness, density, melting point, and boiling point. So these are the different examples for intensive property. Again, when you say intensive property, dili magdepend ang size sa material. Okay? What it depends on that these different factors such as temperature, color, odor, hardness, density, melting point, and boiling point. But when you say extensive property, this refers to the amount of material that changes, like mass, length, and volume. We have other properties of a substance. We have intrinsic property. When you say intrinsic property, characteristics of a substance regardless of its shape and size. So this property is assigned with definite values. What's an example for what's the example for intrinsic property? When you say this property cannot be expressed in infinite value. You need to have a definite value. Okay? When you say definite value, it is assigned to that. Okay? For example, when you say intrinsic property, water. Okay? The intrinsic property of water in terms of boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. Di na siya ma-change for water itself unless you introduce it to another agent. So 100 degrees Celsius is the only value or the definite value of water, and that is its intrinsic property or one of its intrinsic property. Extrinsic property, on the other hand, is the characteristics of a substance which pertain only to its appearance, including its shape, length, mass, and temperature. So these are part of the extrinsic property. So we will end in that lesson because later on we will indulge ourselves with a deeper lesson lang, no? So um, after watching this video, kindly go to your classwork in our Google Classroom and answer an activity or two. And once you're done, you can please submit it and click the turn it in button so that I may able to monitor the progress of your activity. And this activity lang, no, um, I understand that some of you have unstable connection, so I will extend the deadline for this one so that you will be able to have space, or let's say the time that you need to submit this activity. So that's it. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you're taking down notes. This is just a short discussion and introduction to our topics that are coming up. Okay, so that's it. God bless everyone and goodbye everyone and God bless. Peace.